What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm my mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, okay, somebody wanted me to do a glam bridal look. Would you wear this to get married? I mean, she's giving goth wedding. I feel like if I were to get married, and I told my husband this, I don't ever want to like have a wedding, and here's why. I don't want to walk down the aisle. I do not, which is kind of funny considering I do social media. I don't want everybody staring at me. That makes me feel so uncomfortable. She says in full glam on camera to 1,300 people. So yeah, if I were to ever get married, I would definitely not do anything traditionally, and I would 100% get married in this, and I would 100% show up to your wedding in this. But also too, if I'm going to your wedding, I would most likely be doing your makeup, and you would look just as bad as me, girl. So no worries there. I would never outdo the bride, but I would definitely be the second hottest chick in there. That's for sure. So for today's video, I am actually going to be doing this look right here. I actually seen this on TikTok, and I went over to the girl's Instagram to screenshot this photo, and now I do follow her because this look is so creative and different, and I actually absolutely loved it. And of course, you guys know me, I'm super heavy-handed when it comes to anything that I do on my face, so those are the vibes. You definitely don't have to do everything as deep as I did, but this is definitely my aesthetic, is very heavy-handed makeup.
Your makeup looks good.
Thank you. Okay, love you, bye. I'm an extra ass bitch. I'm heavy-handed AF. We're going full glam, wearable, full coverage, full staying power. I also got sent a bunch of new brushes from, well, not a bunch. Okay, I keep saying that. I got sent a brush set from Jessup Beauty, and you guys know me. I love Jessup Beauty brushes. I have a ton of them in my collection. And they sent me, I'll show you guys real quickly. I am using them in today's video, but I'll just... So this is the set they sent over to me. This is very reminiscent to me of the Morphe X Makeup by Ariel brushes, which actually these were on my Amazon wish list to buy, because I just was like, yeah, those look like a dupe to me, girl. I'm going to be doing my eyes as well as my face in today's video. So of course, if you want to see how I achieve this makeup, you definitely gotta keep watching. And of course, don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of my video, where I do an up close of my makeup look, so that way that you guys can see the true beauty of the blend and all of the hard work that I put into today's makeup. And without further ado, let's jump right on in. All right, I have the worst allergic reaction going on right now. So if you see me like itching, it's because I'm allergic to the hair dye that I used, and it's not good, guys. It's not good. I'm like dying. Not really, but I feel like I am. You know that feeling like when you can't itch an itch? It's like my worst dreams, my worst nightmares. I don't know how today's look is gonna go, to be honest, but I for sure want to use the Unearthly Cosmetic Leather and Lace palette, because I really want to use this palette more. I'm just kind of going for like the browns and the black. So when I'm laying the tape down, I kind of want the line to be pretty high up. I think it's pretty good. This is just gonna kind of help me. This is gonna help, and I'm gonna show you right now how. So I'm going for really small brushes, because I'm gonna go like mid-eye. I'm gonna take this small brush, and I'm really gonna lay this black down. And I'm gonna kind of do like as if I was doing a like cut crease. I guess I'm just gonna take it all the way to the tape. Let's see how that does. I'm kind of guesstimating here. I know I showed you guys the picture in the beginning, and when I sat down to film this, I'm like, okay, well, where do I start, right? So I figured I'd start at the top. I like to think of my makeup as layers. So from my brow down, I'll do the layers downward. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head, it makes sense. So in the little PR package that Just Beauty sent me, they sent me this double-ended brush cleaner. So we have the wet, like, brush cleaner, and then we have the dry one. And this is like super, it comes with like a little lid. This is like super soft, so I wanted to use this. So literally just do. Now I'm going to take the brown, which is called Saddle, just on the same brush that I used for the black. And I'm just going to do little circle motions right over that, but I'm going to maintain the shape. Like if I'm going to go to the front, I'm going to go under. Like I'm not going to take this inner portion, I'm not going to take it any further up, because like when I cut my crease, I'll start here. If that makes sense. I'll show you too, but I just want to kind of give you guys the thought process as I do it. I'm just going to, blend this black out. I'll start to blend it out. Just like that. Then I'm going to jump over to the shade Whiskey. And I'm going to take this on a Makeup Shack T63 brush. So it's just a little bit bigger than the first brush that I used. Which, whenever you're blending, you're going to want to get bigger with your brushes, more fluffy. I'm just going to go right over that. First, or the second shade. Same thing, little circle motions, maintaining my shape. Hopefully this does what I need it to do. Then I'm just going to take a foundation powder just on the same brush. And I'll go right over. It's like the final color. And then I'm going to take the shade Saddle, which is like the deep brown. And I'm just going to kind of re-intensify that one. Black is such an intense color that I don't really feel like I really need to re-intensify it. It's mainly that mid shade that gets lost in the sauce, you know what I mean? I think that's pretty good. Nice deep crease. Now I'm going to take my P. Louise cut carver and cut that crease. Let me do the other side first before I cut my crease, so that way I can make sure they're even. I just thought about that. Okay, so I just cut out the crease just like that along the tape. Try to get both sides as even as possible. There is still some base in the front, but I really wanted to go in with the blank canvas because I'm going to have a blank lid. So just like that, and then I'm just going to take this packing brush, also from Just Beauty, the set they sent over, and I'm just going to tap this in. And then I'll also use this brush to take the powder, like my just regular powder, and I'm just going to set the center. Alright, now I think this is going to be one of the, like, easier parts, possibly. Okay, so first things first, I am going to be starting in this inner corner. So I'm going to take this tiny little eyebrow brush with the black shade. And I'm going to trace out where I'm going to put my little inner corner wing. And I can go over this too. So this is typically how I do an inner corner wing. Now I'm going to take from like my tear duct. I'll get close for you guys. I'm take from like my tear duct. And I'm going to start flicking it upward towards this line here. Just like that. A little duck. A little honk honk. Now, this tiny little detail brush also came in the set. Look how tiny. Perfect for this look. So, I'm going to start by taking the black. And I'm going to start smoking this in. Just a bit. I'm going to dust it off on a little color switch, and then I'll take the shade Saddle, which is the brown. And I'm also going to smoke this inward. Then shade Whiskey. And I'm not going above this little black line I made. I want to keep it right there. And then I'll take more of my powder shade. And just kind of go over that. Now I'm going to take this same flat brush and I'm going to take the black shade. And I'm actually going to start doing a wing liner. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing it right across the tape. I'm going to have it meet up with this cut. But I don't want this to be too thick. I just want to line. And then I'll wing it in. Then I'm going to take the shade Saddle, and I'm not going to quite go all the way up to that liner, but I am going to smudge this out a bit. Shade Whiskey. Babe, go eat that upstairs. Alright, and then I'm going to take this Unearthly Cosmetics Immortality Liner, and this one's in the shade Searing, so it's more of like, I think it leans more towards like the red realm, and I'm essentially going to start from where these two kind of swap, you know, and then I'm just going to kind of doot it out, if that makes sense. Okay, let's peel the tape. Sharp, baby. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a little bit of color corrector. I've been using, this stuff. This is the Mud Mask Vitamin Infused Eye Serum. I don't know if Mud Masky. Oh yeah, Mud Masky is the brand. So this is a moisture boost, vitamin boost, feeding, nourishing, firming, reduces dark circle eye serum. So I've been like religiously using that, and I definitely do notice a difference. I've also been sleeping more. I don't know if that helps, but I feel like it does. But I'm still having a little bit of dark circles, so we'll go ahead and apply like that. And then I got these samples from the Sephora order that I put in. So I got the Beauty Blender Bounce Longwear Foundation, shade 210. I think that's going to be way too dark. I also got the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer like sample. I think this one's going to be too dark. So right away, we're not going to use that one. But I think maybe shade 2 and shade 10 mixed together might work. So we'll try this. If that's not enough concealer, I definitely have other concealer. But I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow because I wanted to see how it looked under the Nars Soft Matte. What, Theo? Then, of course, the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, shade Mont Blanc. Now that I have some sort of tan, I think this is actually going to be a really nice shade. And I got this sponge also from Just Set Beauty in the little package that they sent me, the little PR package they sent me. It has a funky shape, so I'm really intrigued. Right off the bat, I'm digging the sponge. It's very soft, but it's still like firm enough to where I could really bounce this in. That bounced everything in absolutely beautifully. Oh, I wanted to use this brush. Maybe I'll use this for like blush or something. So for my cream blush, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Mitchell Blursh in the shade Peach Sugar. I need cream blush. It's been decided, and if I don't have cream blush, I am not happy. I'm not a happy girly. Try this baby out. So I just put it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to spread it out a bit. Dip in. Okay. Okay. This brush is super, super soft. I'm not seeing it lifting any of my product. I'm going to take my Too Faced shade Golden, and I'm actually going to take it on the butt end of this sponge. Butt sponge. So I'm going to pinch it because it's very round. So that way I can get a very precise cream contour. My under eyes look sad. Alright, so let's start with shade number 2. There's like no concealer in this, but okay. So I'm just kind of taking it out of the little sample packet. I really want to get my hands on this concealer, so I figured this would be a good way to try to see if I liked it before I spent money on it. So far the consistency feels nice. We'll see. So I do really like this sponge for like foundation and stuff. And I mean, you could pinch it to really get under the eyes, but I do prefer a more point under my eye. Okay, I also want to take some of this Unearthly Cosmetic Incandescent Highlighter in the shade Bask before I set my face with any powders. So I'm actually going to put this onto the back of my hand. And then I guess I'll just take the side of the sponge that's clean. Just gonna work her in. You could definitely see that pink reflect. So pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to take the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. And this one is in the shade Light. And I want to use one of the brushes to set today. I don't usually use a brush to set, so I'm very curious to see if I'm going to like it or not. I'm going to make sure my under eyes aren't creased. I'll just go right in. I'm just going to really load the brush up. This brush is very soft. Feels good. Okay. Actually, it's giving me very much like powder poof set, which is my go-to, is a powder poof. So actually, for bronzer, I did pick up the L'Oreal Infallible Bronzer. Right off bat, just feels so silky. It's obviously a bronzer. And that was stupid swatching it, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Super kick-a-bee already. I got the shade Light. Okay. I was a little bit worried there about the pigmentation, but oh, that's pretty. That's super pretty. And then I'm going to take this brush for my blush, which I'm going to be taking the Unearthly Cosmetics. This is their magnetic palette, but it also does house all of the blushes and highlights that were sent my way. For blush, I think we'll do a little bit of this. Too much. Okay. I'll do a little bit of this fuchsia one. Just because I don't think I've actually ever used it. But I'm going with the lightest hand I could possibly conjure. I'm just going to tap her in. This fuchsia one is shade Pop. And then I'm thinking, bucket. Let's go in with this bright pink one, which is called Punch. Pop and Punch. So we're going to take this purpley one up top, and then this pink punchy one a little bit lower down. Alright, now a little bit of the shade. No, too much. I'm like trying to ruin my whole life here. I'm essentially going to do the same things that I did on top and bottom. But I'm going to make sure that everything connects. So I'll have to fix my little inner corner moment. And then I'm going to start by taking the black shade. I'm going to connect it from this wing. And I'm just going to smoke it all the way across. Shade Saddle. And I'm just going to keep this really tight. Keep it tight. Shade Whiskey. Okay, so I really want a black that's going to stay. So I'm going to take my Inglot Gel Liner. And I'll just go ahead and pop that in my waterline. I have the perfect lashes for this look. Blend Buddy Cosmetics Saint Lashes. Okay? Hear me out. Hear me out. Oh. Hi. Okay, so I just went ahead and I decided instead of going with like a light nude lip, I wanted to go with like a very, like a lip to match the eyes. Because I think that these are just, it's so stunning, honestly. She's giving sexy goth. So in case you're wondering, my lip combo is the Nabi lip pencil in the shade Black Brown, as well as the Unearthly Cosmetic liquid lipsticks in the shade Kaylena and Eva. So we have like a brown one and then like a lighter one. So a few videos back I had referenced like, you know, like, is there anything different? Like, do you notice anything different with my lips? And one of you actually was like, oh, did you get lip filler? And first of all, thank you. No, I did not get lip filler. I'm poor. I seen this overlining technique, which it's called oval lining, like the shape oval. So essentially what you do is you draw a line down your cupid's bow and then match it up down your bottom lip. And you basically take it as far as you're willing to overline your lips. And then from there, you'll basically take, that's going to be your high point. And then you'll overline it a little bit on your upper lip. And then you're going to bring it down to your natural lip line. And I've been doing that the past few videos, and I really do think, like, I have a pretty full bottom lip, but my upper lip, I feel like, is a little lackluster, so I just kind of give it that, like, pouty effect on the top, and then I just kind of do keep my natural bottom lip, and I just really think that makes all the difference. So if you recall a few videos back, me referencing that, I just thought I would mention that and throw that in, because only one person asked, so shout out to you, girl. I didn't get a lip filler, but thank you for the compliment. I think that was very sweet. So yeah, I'm just flabbergasted by the Unearthly Cosmetics, the Incandescent Highlighters. These are so good. Like, I literally put this on, I powdered, and, like, look how shiny my highlight is still. And I feel like, so this one is golden pink, I believe. I have that card somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure the shade Bask is golden pink. And you could definitely, I feel like on camera you're very much seeing the gold, but in person it's giving very pink, which is why I decided to go for, like, a more pink blush, because I thought that would look so good. Very neutral eyes with very bright pink cheeks is definitely a vibe for me. These are the vibes. So that is actually going to conclude today's video, you guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. And without further ado, we're going to go right on ahead. Roll the clip.